In a distant part of the galaxy, the Galactic Coalition was on high alert. This powerful alliance of alien species had grown accustomed to threats and mysteries lurking in the vastness of space. Their advanced ships, equipped with the latest technology, scanned the cosmos for signs of danger. One day, a strange energy signal appeared on their screens. It pulsed with a rhythm that felt both familiar and unsettling. Commander Zara, a sharp and cautious leader of the Coalition fleet, studied the data. "This signal is unlike anything we've encountered before," she said, her brow furrowed with concern. The ship's bridge buzzed with activity as her team analyzed the readings. The energy was concentrated in a remote sector of the galaxy, far from any known star systems. At her side stood Dr. Elan, an eager scientist with bright eyes and a thirst for discovery. He leaned over the console, his excitement palpable. "Commander, this could be a major find. We should investigate. It might be an ancient ship or even a hidden base." Zara hesitated. "We don't know what we're dealing with. It could be a trap." But as she looked at the readings again, her curiosity began to outweigh her caution. The signal was too intriguing to ignore. "Let's send a scout ship to investigate," she decided. "But keep all weapons ready. I don't want to be caught off guard." The Coalition dispatched a small fleet of scout ships, including one piloted by Dr. Elan. As they approached the source of the signal, the atmosphere grew tense. The scouts entered a dense cosmic nebula where colors swirled like a living painting. Visibility was poor, and every crew member felt a chill of anticipation. As they navigated through the thick clouds, a massive shape slowly emerged in the distance. Dr. Elan's heart raced as he focused on the view screen. "Commander, I think I see something." The object grew larger, revealing itself to be a gigantic supercarrier, unlike anything they had ever seen. Its surface was covered in ancient markings and symbols, hinting at a civilization long gone. The sight was both awe-inspiring and intimidating. "Report!" Zara ordered, her voice steady but filled with wonder. The lead scout pilot spoke up. "It appears to be a human ship, Commander, but it's ancient. We've never seen anything like this." "Humans," Zara repeated, memories flashing back to tales of a once powerful species that had faded into legend. "What are they doing here?" Dr. Elan's mind raced with possibilities. "This ship could hold technology we've only dreamed of." "We need to wake it up!" The team carefully scanned the supercarrier, searching for signs of life or any activation systems. As they worked, the energy signal pulsed stronger, as if the ship were aware of their presence. The excitement on the bridge was electric. The Coalition members exchanged glances, sensing that they were on the brink of a monumental discovery. Suddenly, alarms blared. "Energy levels rising!" a technician shouted. The ship's systems were reacting to the Coalition's presence, and they all felt the tension mount. What would happen next? "Prepare for any contingencies," Zara ordered. "If this ship is still operational, we need to approach with caution." Dr. Elan, however, could barely contain his enthusiasm. "We have to wake it up. This could change everything for the Coalition." Zara looked at him, torn between caution and curiosity. "We don't know what we're dealing with. We must tread carefully." As the scout ship circled the ancient supercarrier, a voice crackled over the comms. "This is the ancient human supercarrier. Identify yourselves." The bridge fell silent. The crew stared at each other in disbelief. The ship was alive, and it was speaking to them. "Commander, this changes everything," Dr. Elan whispered, excitement shining in his eyes. "We must learn from it." Zara knew that they stood at the edge of a new era. The ancient supercarrier had reawakened, and with it the potential for both great discovery and great danger loomed in the depths of space. As they prepared for the next steps, one thing was clear: the Galactic Coalition was about to face challenges they had never imagined, and the story of humanity was far from over. The silence on the bridge was heavy as the ancient human supercarrier responded to the Coalition's presence. Its voice echoed through the communication systems, sending shivers down the spines of the crew. Commander Zara felt a mix of fear and excitement. They had stumbled upon a piece of history that could change everything. "Identify yourselves," the voice repeated, firm and commanding. Zara took a deep breath. "This is Commander Zara of the Galactic Coalition. We come in peace." She hoped her words would reassure whatever was aboard the ancient ship. "Peace? What is peace?" the voice replied, filled with curiosity and suspicion. "We have been asleep for centuries. Why have you awakened us?" Dr. Elan leaned forward, his heart racing. "Commander, this is our chance to communicate. We should explain our purpose and learn about their history." Zara nodded, glancing at her crew. They needed to show respect and caution. "We are explorers of the galaxy. We discovered your ship and wish to understand your technology and culture." There was a pause, and then the voice responded, "Your intentions are unclear. You must prove your worth to gain our trust." The tone shifted, now sounding both challenging and intrigued. Zara exchanged glances with Dr. Elan. "What do they mean by proving our worth?" she wondered aloud. Dr. Elan suggested, "Perhaps we need to demonstrate our capabilities. We could show them our technology and knowledge of the galaxy." "Let's proceed with caution," Zara reminded him. "We don't want to provoke them." The crew began preparing a holographic presentation showcasing the Coalition's advancements. As the images flickered to life, the supercarrier observed intently. Massive engines, advanced weapon systems, and thriving colonies flashed across the view screen. "Impressive," the voice from the supercarrier said, sounding slightly more interested. "But technology alone does not define worth. What is your purpose in this galaxy?" Zara realized this was a critical moment. "Our purpose is to maintain peace and explore the unknown. We seek alliances to protect our worlds from threats." There was silence again, then a low hum reverberated through the ship. "Peace is a fragile state. We have seen civilizations rise and fall. We must test your resolve." As the crew braced themselves, the supercarrier's systems activated with a low rumble. Alarms blared and the lights dimmed, casting an eerie glow over the bridge. "Prepare for combat simulations. Show us your strength!" Panic surged among the crew. "Combat simulations?" a technician shouted. "What does that mean?" "Stay calm," Zara ordered. "We will face this challenge together." Suddenly, the view screen transformed, displaying a vast virtual arena filled with asteroids and enemy ships. "Defend your ship," the voice commanded. "Show us your tactics and teamwork." Dr. Elan took charge of the controls, directing their scout ships into formation. "We can do this, Commander! Let's show them what we're made of!" The simulation began, and the Coalition fleet engaged in a mock battle against waves of enemy ships that appeared in the arena. Zara guided her team, calling out orders and strategizing as the simulation unfolded. The crew worked seamlessly, firing their weapons and dodging incoming attacks. As the battle raged on, the supercarrier watched intently. The Coalition fought with skill, but the enemy was relentless. Dr. Elan's heart raced as he worked the controls, directing his ship through a barrage of fire. "We can't hold out much longer," a pilot shouted. "Focus on the biggest threats," Zara replied, her voice steady despite the chaos. After a fierce struggle, the Coalition fleet finally managed to outmaneuver the simulated enemies, securing victory in the arena. The crew erupted in cheers, a mix of relief and exhilaration. "Impressive," the supercarrier's voice echoed. "You have shown strength and unity. Perhaps you are worthy of our trust." Zara felt a wave of triumph. "Thank you. We seek knowledge and friendship, not conflict." "Friendship is a rare commodity in this universe," the voice replied. "But we will share what we can." As the tension lifted, the crew began to celebrate their victory. They had awakened a giant and earned its respect, but Zara knew this was just the beginning. The real challenges lay ahead, and the ancient human supercarrier held secrets that could change the course of the galaxy forever. The atmosphere on the bridge was electric as Commander Zara and her crew prepared for their first real encounter with the ancient human supercarrier. The powerful ship loomed before them, its massive frame filled with history and untold stories. Dr. Elan was buzzing with excitement, eager to learn more about the ship and its crew. "Today we will meet the humans," he said, his eyes shining with anticipation. "This could be the start of a great alliance." Zara nodded, but she also felt a sense of responsibility. They needed to approach this encounter with care. "We must show respect and caution. These humans have been asleep for a long time. We don't know what they may have experienced." The supercarrier's voice echoed through the ship. "We are ready for communication. Prepare to establish a direct link." "Here we go," Zara said, her heart pounding. "Open the channel." As the view screen flickered to life, an image appeared. A figure emerged, dressed in a sleek uniform that reflected the ship's advanced technology. The human looked stern but curious, with bright eyes that seemed to analyze everything before them. "Greetings, Commander Zara. I am Captain Aaron of the ancient supercarrier. We have awakened from a long slumber, and we seek to understand our new reality." Zara felt a mix of relief and excitement. "Captain Aaron, it is an honor to meet you. We come from the Galactic Coalition and we wish to learn from you." Captain Aaron studied her closely. "You are aware that our history is filled with conflict. What makes you believe we should trust you?" Aaron nodded. "I understand. But we need to see if they can withstand a true challenge. Trust must be earned through action." Meanwhile, Zara gathered her team in the command room aboard their flagship. "This is not just a simulation, it's a chance to prove ourselves. Captain Aaron is serious about testing our strength. We must work together seamlessly." Dr. Elan, full of energy, raised his hand. "Let's show them what we can do. We've trained hard for this moment." Zara smiled at his enthusiasm, but reminded the crew of the stakes. "Remember, this is about teamwork and strategy. We need to impress them while keeping our heads cool." As the training exercise began, the supercarrier activated its combat systems. The view screen displayed a vast arena filled with obstacles, moving targets, and simulated enemy ships. "Prepare for deployment," Captain Aaron commanded. "Let's see how the Coalition responds to a real challenge." The Coalition fleet moved into position, ready for the onslaught. Zara felt her heart race as she gave the order to advance. "Stay in formation and watch each other's backs." Suddenly, waves of simulated enemy ships appeared, attacking from all directions. The Coalition fleet fired back, laser beams lighting up the dark space. Dr. Elan skillfully navigated his ship through the chaos, dodging incoming fire. "Watch out! Incoming from the left!" he shouted, alerting his teammates. Zara directed her fleet, calling out commands as they responded to the threats. "Focus fire on the closest ships. We need to thin their numbers." The exercise escalated quickly. More enemy ships joined the fray, and the Coalition found themselves outnumbered. Zara felt the pressure as her crew worked hard to maintain their formation. "Regroup! We need to find our strengths," she yelled, trying to keep everyone focused. The Coalition worked together, coordinating their attacks and covering for one another. However, the intensity of the exercise was overwhelming. Just when they thought they had a handle on things, a new wave of enemies charged into the arena, pushing them back. "Keep fighting! We can't let them break our lines," Zara urged, feeling the weight of responsibility for her crew. Dr. Elan quickly analyzed their situation. "We need to draw them into a narrower space. Use the asteroid field as cover." Zara seized the idea. "Good thinking, Elan. Everyone, fall back into the asteroid field. Use it to your advantage." As they maneuvered, the Coalition fleet cleverly lured the simulated enemies into the asteroid field. The enemy ships struggled to navigate through the rocky terrain while the Coalition had a home advantage. With renewed confidence, the Coalition began to counterattack, firing from behind the cover of the asteroids. The tide began to turn as they knocked out several enemy ships, demonstrating their tactical skills. Captain Aaron watched, impressed by their adaptability. "They're learning quickly. Perhaps they are worthy allies after all." But just as the Coalition seemed to gain the upper hand, the supercarrier activated its own combat systems, joining the fray to test their limits. "Let's see how you handle a real challenge," Captain Aaron announced, and the supercarrier unleashed its formidable weapons. Zara's eyes widened. "They're fighting with us now! Stay alert!" The Coalition quickly adjusted, realizing they now had to contend with both the simulated enemies and the supercarrier. The battle became frantic, but the crew held their ground, using everything they had learned so far. "Communicate and stay close. We can do this together," Zara shouted, her voice strong and steady. As the exercise neared its conclusion, the Coalition fleet had effectively demonstrated their skills and teamwork. They had weathered the storm of a challenging battle, proving their mettle to Captain Aaron and his crew. When the exercise finally ended, a silence fell over the bridge. Captain Aaron turned to his crew. "They have shown strength and resilience. Perhaps our future together is brighter than I had anticipated." Zara felt a wave of relief wash over her. They had not only survived, but had also proven their worth. The test of strength was complete, and both crews had taken a significant step toward understanding each other. As they regrouped, Zara knew that while this was a victory, the real challenges awaited them. The galaxy was vast and full of dangers, and they would need to rely on each other more than ever. The true journey had just begun. The atmosphere on the bridge of the ancient supercarrier was charged with excitement. Captain Aaron looked at Commander Zara, who stood before her crew, pride shining in her eyes. They had faced challenges together, and now it was time to discuss the future. "Today we proved our strength," Captain Aaron began, addressing both his crew and the coalition. "You fought bravely and showed us that you are not just explorers but warriors. This deserves recognition." Zara smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment. "Thank you, Captain. Your tests have shown us the importance of working together. We believe that our alliance can strengthen both our civilizations." Aaron nodded, acknowledging her words. "But alliances require trust, and trust must be built over time. We must understand each other's cultures and values." Dr. Ellen stepped forward, eager to contribute. "We should start by sharing our histories. Let us learn about your past and how you became the guardians of this ancient ship." The captain considered this. "Very well. Our history is long and filled with both triumph and tragedy. We were once a great empire, exploring the stars, but our conflicts led to our decline. We fell into a deep sleep to protect our technology and knowledge. Now we seek to understand the galaxy anew." Zara listened intently, intrigued by the story. "We have also faced challenges. Our world has known war and peace. We learned that cooperation is the key to survival in a vast and dangerous galaxy." The crew began to share their stories, creating an atmosphere of openness. As they exchanged tales of victories and losses, they found common ground. Both sides had experienced pain, hope, and a desire for a better future. As the discussions progressed, Captain Aaron proposed an idea. "To solidify our alliance, let us conduct joint missions. We can explore new worlds and face challenges together. This will build our trust and strengthen our bond." Zara's eyes lit up with enthusiasm. "I love that idea! Joint missions will not only benefit us, but also demonstrate our alliance to the galaxy." With a new sense of purpose, the crews began to discuss potential missions. They explored the idea of investigating uncharted territories, researching new technologies, and even humanitarian efforts to help struggling planets. Dr. Elon chimed in. "We could also gather intelligence on any threats to both our civilizations. Working together, we can protect our homes and create a safer galaxy." Aaron agreed. "That is an excellent point. Knowledge is power, and together we will be unstoppable." As the conversation continued, the bond between the coalition and the ancient supercarrier deepened. They were no longer just strangers. They were allies united by a common goal. Excitement buzzed through both crews as they began to envision their future. Suddenly, alarms rang out, interrupting their discussion. The view screen lit up with a warning signal. "Commander! We have detected an unidentified ship approaching rapidly," a crew member shouted. Zara turned to Aaron, her heart racing. "What do we do?" "Stay calm," Aaron replied. "We must assess the situation. Activate the defense systems and prepare to engage." Both crews sprang into action, quickly coordinating their defenses. The excitement of building an alliance now shifted to the reality of potential danger. As the unidentified ship drew closer, Zara felt the adrenaline surge through her. "Dr. Elon, analyze the ship's signals," she ordered. Elon's fingers flew over the controls. "It's a large vessel, but I can't determine its intentions yet. We need to be ready for anything." Captain Aaron looked at Zara, their eyes meeting in silent agreement. "Together we will face whatever comes next. This is our first test as allies." As the unidentified ship entered firing range, the two crews prepared to defend their alliance. They stood united, ready to confront any threat that might emerge. The bridge was filled with a mix of fear and determination. They had come so far in a short time, forging a bond between two worlds. Now they would prove that their alliance was strong enough to withstand any challenge. With Zara at the helm and Aaron by her side, they faced the unknown. The galaxy was vast and filled with dangers, but together they were ready to take on whatever lay ahead. This was just the beginning of their journey, and they would write their own story, one of unity, strength, and hope.